Alright, welcome back to Summer's End, Hong Kong, 1986. So, I lowered the music for a bit because I want to talk about two things. Uh, First thing I want to talk about is at the end of last episode, man, I was so depressed after that episode ended. I'm not sure why. I think it was because, I don't know, we just, our character, like, this game depressed me is what I'm trying to say. I'm not like something happened, but like, the game itself depressed me. It was just like, I think it was because, I don't know, I just got a bad feeling. I think it was because, our character finally got together with Sam, and then she kind of coldly just walked out. And that hurt me a little bit. I was like, oh, that made me emotional. I was like, damn, dude. Nothing like, I noticed this when I like romantic, K-dramas and, media in general. I'm good ones, not, there's some terrible romantic comedies and shit that I don't. Romantic comedies in general I'm not a fan of, but like romantic dramas, the stuff I'm a fan of. I noticed no other genre can make me as depressed as a romantic genre. I don't know what that says about me, but it really fucks with my heart, dude. I don't know, it fucks me up a little bit. So I'm happy to get back into here. We're gonna get her Sam, okay? I'm sick of this denial. I'm sick of our character being in denial. It's stupid. It's not stupid. I'm not trying to say the game's wrong for doing it. It makes sense, actually, for the time period and where they're at and their culture and stuff. So everybody was homophobic back then. Not to say our character's homophobic. She actually doesn't seem to mind that Sam's gay at all. But she's kind of doubting it in herself. And kind of in denial about it herself. Also, that's the second thing now. I found out why we were missing a gallery picture. It was because of choices. Apparently in this game, one of the things I dislike about visual novels is they give you choices throughout, and we pick some choices. There are wrong choices in this game. If you pick a wrong choice, you'll miss out on some gallery photos. You'll miss out on scenes, which I don't like. Now, to be fair to this game, I replayed it from the beginning, and it took me like 5 minutes to get back to where we were because the skip option is so incredibly fast. It literally like zooms through like at warp speed through all the dialogue, and it takes you, it stops at the choices so that you can pick them out. So I'll give credit to the game. At least there's a function that you can replay very, very quickly. It didn't take me any time at all. Like I said, like 5 minutes maybe. And I'm not gonna like pretend to understand that I know what I'm doing and what the right choices are. I basically have a guide over here, and there's actually only 2 choices left in the game. Luckily this guide is non-spoilery. There's no spoilers in it. It literally just tells you. I'll just show you it if my screen will load. There it is. So this is the guide I'm looking at. I don't know if you guys, where's it at? That's really tiny. Can I zoom in? Okay. Yeah, here's the positive choices, and there are negative choices. And, I remember I picked, I'll take them both. This is in regards to the drinks that Cecilia offered us in the club, and I was like, hell yeah, I'll take the challenge. That's apparently a negative choice. I don't understand why that's a negative choice, but it is. I also did not, pick, where is it? A cat. I picked a dog. So some of these I did right, and some of them I did wrong. I said I prefer movies, because I was trying to like get on her good side. That was the wrong choice. And yes, I picked the wrong drink. Some of these I did okay. Most of them I actually did okay. I picked Sam, yes. I did this one wrong too, so... Yeah, a bunch of them I did wrong. Apparently you have to do them right. I don't like that, but... Again, to be fair to the game, at least it doesn't like make you replay the entire game over, and doesn't have a feature that makes that convenient. But this game does. The skip option is very, very convenient and very quick, and got me right back to where we were, the exact screen, in like 5 minutes, picking out all these choices. So there's 2 choices left, and we're gonna finish the game hopefully. I don't know, in this session, I'm not sure. According to the gallery, we are still missing at least 2 pages worth of scenes. so I don't know how much of this game is actually left. Oh, I want to show you what the scene was. Okay, so hold on, spoilers. Okay, so there's this scene where we saw, and then after that scene ends, it goes into this scene. There's a scene in between, and yeah, this scene's pretty dirty. Ooh, I wonder if the archive saved what they said. Where did I say? I saved it right here. Can I go to the archive? Yes. Okay, I can reread what it said. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, this is when they're laying in bed. Oh, I hope it saved it. Oh yeah, it did. Okay, here we go. Michelle, you're so charming. I love your lips, eyes, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, no, this is it. This is it. So it goes to that scene. And she starts going down on her body. She's going down on her. And she's like, Sam, where was it? Sam, what are you? And then she's like, I want to feel more than this. She lifted up her skirt. Slowly let down my underwear. She gave her oral, essentially. I felt body sticky. I felt dirty. I felt bare. And our character is not into it. Well, she's into it physically. She's not into it emotionally. Don't look too much, which is... Really? I think you're going too far for that. Michelle, you're so charming. I love your eyes. I love the way you look at me. I love your lips. Basically something out of Literotica. And how you kiss me. I want to cherish you. Or a romantic book you might read. I want to cherish every part of you. Michelle, Sam. I'm going to stop reading those, like I said earlier. It's kind of awkward in English how they keep saying each other's names over and over again. She reached inside of me. I called out her name again, this time with urgency. Sam, Sam, please. I felt like a drop of water that soon poured out like a flood. And then she put her tongue on my most sensitive place. It was warm and soft, delicate but deliberate. It was a feeling I never felt before. Sorry, I'm not going to read this like a porn. I'm just not going to do that. Oh, and this is the most important thing. This is the reason I wanted to come back to this. It's not just a dirty scene. She says, I love you, when she's going down on us. I heard her whisper to me, I love you. She said it quietly, but I heard it clearly. I wanted her love. I wanted all she had to give. I wanted to answer her. My mind turned blank. I was going to be carried away by the waves. I was going to scream. And then she does scream. Whatever will be until the sun rises. I woke up in Sam's room, and it plays out like normal. So that's what we missed. Basically, the rest of the sex scene, essentially. And yeah, our character is kind of like is so wishy-washy on it. She wants to like Sam, but it's her, you know, history and values and all that, how she was raised. It's conflicting with, you know how it is. If any of you have ever been there. This is the exact screen we left off at. Even though this is not our save. This is the save I sped through, but this is the exact place we stopped. We returned home. Okay, oh, let me turn up the music. I forgot. I don't want to forget that because the music is sick in this game. Make sure I get this good audio. I think that's about where it was. If it's too loud, I'll turn it down. I think it's okay. I think, yeah, it should be okay. Okay. Let's continue. I returned home in the afternoon. My shoes were scratched and dirtied. Oh yeah, we're about to confront our mom, which is going to be great. I had to come home looking like a mess. I had once again left my blouse with Sam. Really? Again? Another excuse to go see her. I had forgotten to grab it on my way out. No big deal, we'll just go grab it and have sex with her again. No big deal. But this time I had to treat it as a... Oh, well, bullshit. I call bullshit. There was no way I can go see her. Yeah, okay, bro. We'll see about that. There's no way I can go see her again. You don't look disheveled. You look fine. Mother. There was no answer. My mother appeared. She's probably at the police station trying to look for you because you've been out all night and she's that controlling. I felt relieved. I wanted to change and wash up before seeing her. On Sundays, she would usually attend church and then have tea with my extended family. I figured she might have gone out without me. I glanced around the kitchen. I noticed there had been food poured down the sink. Oh, okay. Wait. What Asian or even... I'm European. My family would never pour food down the sink. That shit is going in the refrigerator until it is either eaten or it is rotting. Most likely eaten. My mother. She had waited for me to come home last night. How long did she wait before she realized I wasn't going to come home for the dinner? I lied to her yesterday. I lied to her the other night before. Well, it's the 80s. You don't have a cell phone. Shit changes. Like, what do you want? Although you probably could have called her with some phone. Like a phone booth or something. I didn't call home last night when I said I would be home early. I promised to have dinner with her, but I broke my promise. I had done a terrible thing. Well... Chung Fong Ha. My mother called out my full name with deliberate intensity. She appeared out of her bedroom. Her eyes looked red and swollen as if she had not slept the entire night prior. Well, that's her own fault. She should have gone to bed. Mother. Where have you been all night? Who were you with? Why didn't you call me? I'm sorry. I didn't get a chance to call you. I met up with my friend, but one thing led to another. And then what? And I ended up making an overnight trip to Sai Kung. Oh, I am completely covering our character. Where the hell do I put myself? Right here, maybe? Whoops. Let's see if it loads in. Okay, that might cover the dialogue, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I could also shrink myself a little bit. Let me do that. You guys don't need to see me. I'm not that big of a deal. There we go. It won't cover the dialogue. Let me make sure. Okay, an overnight trip? It'll be the last time for me to see her, so she wanted to have a party before she left. I lied again. Wait, did you lie? Oh, the party. You lied about the party. But I think you're also lying about this, to be fair. I don't know why it had to be like this when it came to anything related to Sam. You know why. Huh? What does that have to do with you? Well, she was moving to America. She was leaving for America. Why did you have to be gone overnight? Because she spent the night. What is wrong with you? It was a going away party. It went on very late. Anyway, I'm sorry for not telling you. Please don't be too upset. I'm not trying to be upset. Yeah, you are. You're trying to manipulate us. 100%. I'm just worried about you. No, you're not. Well, maybe she is, but she's also... I know. You're still young. You should be careful. She's like... She said she's like 25, right? 24? 23? I don't remember. Careful. Of your reputation. I was married to your father and had you when I was your age. You won't get men of quality if you're looking for it in the wrong places. No problem there. And you certainly won't find respect either. Uh-huh. I'm not going to say anything more about whatever you did last night. I just want you to know that I'm disappointed in you. Mother, I'm leaving to be your aunt. I already missed church and now I might need to be late to the opera because I was beside myself with endless worry waiting for you. How was I going to sleep soundly knowing that you were out somewhere all night? I'm really sorry. I'm not sorry at all about this, at all. You look dirty. You should get yourself cleaned up. I lied again to my mother. Good. There was no way I could tell her the truth about what happened. She could never accept it. My mother always had a sharp tongue. She wielded it like a blade with such pinpoint precision. Honestly, I'm terrified whenever she turns her judgment on me. Sam, you wouldn't be able to understand why it wouldn't work out between us. I'm not the kind of girl you think I am. I think you're exactly the kind. You're a timid, confused, terrified of your mother type of person. Stars look close when you look at them with the naked eye. In reality, they are light years apart, an incomprehensible distance for any mortal being. The distance between me and Sam is too great. I cannot fathom how it would ever work out between us. Pretty easily, you just gotta get over it. And with the lives that we have as it is, the distance between us will only become greater over time. I can't. I just can't. So you're gonna let yourself be miserable? Like, what is this decision? I understand it. Like, I know I'm like talking shit, but I get it. Like, I get the, you know, hesitancy. I get the, her mother will never approve and she loves her mother. It's her only parent left, so she really wants her to approve of her and really wants to, like, be happy with her. And her reputation, of course, she's very, very anal about things like that. Her professional reputation in the 80s would be damaged severely, if not destroyed, for this period and time and place. So I understand completely. But I mean, the other option is being miserable, and I know a lot of people would pick that option during this time period, but I don't know. I'm playing this character, so I'm having my feelings out. This sucks, but I'm also in 2022, or 2023 now, where this shit's not a big deal anymore, so, and thank God it isn't. I can't let myself be lost in something so senseless, so meaningless. So don't, like, mistake my, my aggressive attitude towards her denial as, not understanding what it is. I understand. It's just, I don't know, man, I just want it to happen. It was one night's indiscretion. Not anything more. Yeah, okay, we'll see. I worked so hard to build up the life I have now. I couldn't let it be changed by something that was never supposed to happen anyway. I need to prepare myself for tomorrow's workday. I had resolved to end my contact with Sam from the beginning. But somehow, despite my best intentions, things always gone completely against what I originally sought out to do. Yeah, because the heart does what the heart wants, and the brain does what the brain wants. It's two different things. There's logic and there's emotion. When it comes to love, shit is fucking crazy. You'll do the most irrational shit ever when it comes to love. Like, it's out of control. I couldn't change what had already happened. It was a momentary lapse in judgment that I have to accept. All I could do at this point was move on with my own life. I would start by taking a hot shower. After a long day of keeping myself busy, I threw myself onto the bed and shut my eyes tight. There was nothing else left to do other than to surrender my thoughts to the void. Try as I might, I couldn't fall asleep. My thoughts persisted to cycle back and forth between my memory and regret. I wanted to turn my mind off. I didn't want to think about anything anymore. There was already enough on my mind to think about. To think about Sam, I couldn't. It pained me too much just to think about it. Oh, something else I was thinking about too. I want to give the devs credit here. This story and like the whole thing as a general, it almost sounds like it's written from the perspective of a female character, or a female writer. Because the story is very, very emotionally romantic, and you know, it's the words on the screen are very, you know, how should I put this? How can I express this? I have a feeling if it was just a horny guy writing this, like a developer that just wanted to make an H game or something, you know, a porn game, there'd be tons of like making out, boobs everywhere, huge boobs everywhere, you know, anime like hentai shit. It has been we haven't seen nudity at all. We saw a bra. That's what we've seen so far. And there still might be some nudity later, but when I read the reviews, they said it was very, very reserved in that way. And it's more about the story, and it's very true so far. It is very true, and I like that. I'm not trying to play a porn game. I'm trying to like just a good romantic story, and so far it's been very good about that. Yeah, sometimes you don't need to see things like that to get the gist of what it is, you know? I don't know if that came off coherent at all. I'm just trying to say that it's done a very good job. I wish for a long night to come to me soon. Oh. A cutscene? We haven't seen a cutscene this entire game, besides the beginning. What was that? No way. I was not expecting this. If this is what I think it is, this is unbelievably cool. Dude, this game is so fucking good. I wasn't expecting this at all. This is a complete shock to me. It makes sense now that it's here, but I didn't even think about the fact that we could go to and play it from Sam's perspective, how she's feeling about all this and how the events played out for her. We've only ever seen Michelle's perspective and how she felt and her thoughts. This is really good. This is a great time to switch. Oh my god. This is perfect. Oh my god, I am so excited. I am so... Bravo. Bravo. Incredible. Legit, this is awesome. This is a... It ends at the point where we're, like, never gonna think about her again. And I cannot wait to see all the little things that Michelle was thinking at that, like, what is Sam thinking? What is she thinking about this? And I wonder if Sam's gonna be... Oh, I'm so curious. Okay, here we go. This is awesome. Hey, when are we going back to your work? Dad, the World Cup comes once every 4 years. I don't have a sports cable. If this is what I think it is. I think what this is about to be is we're now going to see... This is what we saw Sam wearing when we first met her. And this is her dad. This is when, you know, we're first meeting... Their first meeting. I think we're about to see everything from Sam's perspective. And if that's true, it might be a sped up version. Because I don't know how much of this game is actually left. We've already played, like, I think 4 or 5 hours by this point. So I don't know how much of the game is actually left, but... Hell yeah, dude. If we're about to, like, go through it, even at warp speed, I'm fine with it. I'm really curious. And you're my only father in this world. Like, it won't be as slow as with Michelle, but yeah, we'll see. You're my only father in this world. I can't spend some time with you? Huh? What are you saying? I'm worried about your future. You think your tapes can keep selling forever? I keep telling you to sell more Cantonese opera recordings. I do have them, but I want to focus more on specific films, though. You're in the tourist area. How about getting in those dub versions of Bruce Lee movies? Your brother is doing well for himself teaching Kung Fu in San Francisco. He's got Americans calling him master, isn't that great? Yes, that's great. I don't get why you keep all those old foreign movies. People in Hong Kong want to see action films or something sexy, or something with a bit of both. Be smarter and be more serious about your business. I am serious. I'm trying to curate something different. It's not like I'm doing it poorly. I'm making money more than you think. Alright. Don't you think that this evening hour is important for business? Oh my god, I just remembered that Cecilia mentioned a conversation that she had about us with Sam. I wonder if we're going to see that conversation. Remember when we met Cecilia outside of Sam's store? We were looking for Sam to get our blouse back, and she had the key to Sam's store. She invited us in and talked to us. She said that she offhandedly just said that she talked to Sam about us and something. I just remembered that now. I wonder if we're going to get to see that. So many things that we're going to get to see. But don't you think this evening hour is more important for business? I could be totally wrong and this is the only scene we ever see, but I hope I'm right. Why don't you consider hiring someone to help then? Why don't you have your shop open? Well, I'm watching the football game right now. Huh? Aren't you as bad as me right now? It's not like I closed up my shop completely. If someone wants my services, they just need to give me a shout. Excuse me. Huh? What was that? Someone's knocking. You have a customer. Oh. Is anyone there? Since you're here, can you get the gates open for me? Okay. When I first met Michelle, oh, I'm so fucking happy. When I first met Michelle, I was charmed at a first glance. I like women with sharp eyes. When they look at you with that piercing gaze, I get goosebumps. Anyway, that's probably why I saw Michelle looking back at me with those eyes. And seeing her dressed to the nines in a pressed blazer suit and her feet adorned haphazardly with a pair of pink sandals, I have to say it left quite an impression in my mind. I couldn't help myself to tease her a little. It's in my nature. I can't change this part about myself. Excuse me? Oh, a customer. Wait just a moment. Is she a regular customer? That's none of your business. I got work to do. It's about time you got going. Am I that in your way? Please go. I'm getting hungry anyway. If you're chasing me away, I'll get dinner. I'm not chasing you away. Hey, if you're so free right now, help me pick out some takeout food. What do you want? Anything is fine. Western style, Chinese. Western, get me a chef salad. Okay, one chef salad. Anything else? Oh. Since you're coming back, can you pick up some crickets? Huh, for your prized Oscar fish? Oh yeah, we were wondering about that bag she had with food in it. It's crickets, okay. Yes, he's starving for live food. Eh. Why can't you just throw in some cockroaches off the street instead? They're free. That's disgusting, my poor fish. Don't they eat bugs? Crazy, cockroaches will kill it. I'm not feeding something so dirty to my fish. If it's that troublesome, just feed it flake food. What? You don't understand. My fish is a primal animal. A predator needs to hunt to satisfy its instinct to live. Alright, I get it. Anything else you want me to pick up? Oh, give me a can of Coke on your way back. Alright. I don't always go to see my dad. From time to time we might meet to have dinner, otherwise we don't see each other much. My dad never really knew how to be a dad. When I was a teenager, I got the idea that he didn't want to be the moral compass in my life anymore. So I moved out. I learned that so long as my dad didn't know about my business, he had no complaints. Age and time might have softened him, but his heart was still old and conservative. Okay, so our dad probably doesn't know. If we were ever together too long, we were bound to argue. Or maybe he does know and that's why we argue. It was better for both of us to continue living apart. We could live our own lives separately without much intrusion. God. He had enough to worry about already. He did not need a daughter like me burdening him. Oh, that's so sad. Today I just got the feeling my dad might have been lonely. Summertime brings out a certain melancholy in my household. Oh, this is so great. Oh, this is so good. And it's like skipping over the conversations we've already had that aren't relevant. But I have a feeling it might go to conversations from a different perspective. Like, this is so good. I went to a nearby pet store. It was on the way to the restaurant that I quite liked. But I needed to pick up here for my dad with some fish food. I asked the store attendant for a bag of crickets. I also grabbed a container of fish pellets for good measure. This should make my dad happy. I knew he loved watching his fish feed. Curiously, I spotted the same office lady from earlier. She was looking at the goldfish. She appeared lost in thought in front of the tank. I wondered what she was thinking about. I would say that I'm a careful person. A very cautious person, even. I know the cues of social conduct. I certainly wouldn't stick my nose in a stranger's business without good reason. That's so interesting because Michelle always thought us so free-willing and, like, not observant of those social cues. But Sam thinks herself very observant of those things. Yet there was something drawing to me to keep her looking her way. Yet there was something drawing me to keep looking her way. Something about the way she gazed at the goldfish in the aquarium made me feel oddly nostalgic. There was a time in the past when my dad would have brought me to the same pet store. I wasn't even tall enough to look at the fish tanks then. He would have lifted me up onto his shoulders to let me look at all the fancy goldfish. I would look back at them with innocent wonder and awe. That was a long time ago. Was she reminiscing a similar memory, I wondered? I know. It wasn't my place to ask. It just felt like the world was a little smaller that night. Michelle Fong Ha Chung. I regretted that I didn't leave Michelle my number. It was on the tip of my tongue. I always thought that too. I wonder why they don't have each other's phone numbers. It was on the tip of my tongue when I was sending her off the other night. Why didn't I push to say it? I was playing too cool, I thought. I was never shy about this kind of stuff, but I shouldn't have given her my contact. I should have given her my contact in that moment. Oh well. I was moping all day about it in the store. It was a typical day for me, business as usual. I would open the store at noon. The first few hours were usually quite slow. It's usually not until late afternoon when people start to stream in after their school or work. Things would then pick up and it would stay pretty steady until I closed the store for the night. It was mid-afternoon when I got a familiar visitor. It was Cecilia. She drops into my store from time to time to chit-chat. Sometimes it was just to catch up, and sometimes sometimes it was to solicit to spend money at her bar. Don't worry guys, I'll get better at reading. Eventually. It's usually just a bit of both. She rarely had interest in movies. Cecilia owns a bar that's quite popular for girls in the know. Yeah, so it is kind of like a lesbian bar. A gay bar. I hadn't visited her bar recently. There was no particular reason why I haven't gone. I haven't been feeling up to it. I probably made Cecilia feel worried. Cecilia is like a sister and a mentor figure to me. Okay, so they probably weren't together? She had been with me through the love-struck, pining, and love-lorn heartbreak. She had seen me at my best, and she'd seen me at my worst. Cecilia was probably the only person that I trust enough to talk to her about my personal issues. When things weren't good with my dad all those odd years ago, she helped me find work and a place to stay. I used to be so headstrong, especially when it came to anything about what my dad had to say. If I had met her, I'm not sure where I would have ended up. Ah, Samantha. Don't forget to come by tonight. I have performers. I need a big crowd to keep the energy. Of course I won't forget. I wouldn't have dressed up otherwise. You better come. I haven't seen you come by it all these days. Did something happen to you? No, not really. I've been busy with the video store. I haven't been really feeling to it. Is that really so? Not feeling it coming from you? Don't tell me the diamond's losing its shine. I don't know, I guess I'm getting older. You're joking. You're so young. I have white-haired ladies that still drop by from time to time. Tell me, is there someone that you're trying to avoid? No. Why have you been sighing all this time? Must be something on your mind. Huh? Really? Have I sighed that much? You have. Is it Mabel? You know, she doesn't work at Ruby anymore. No, there's nothing like that between us anymore. What is it? I met this woman. Oh, and? That's it. That's it. Unusual of you to be this pitiful. What was she like? Do I know her? Her name is Michelle. I don't think you know her. She's an office lady. I met her the other day when she was getting her shoes fixed at my dad's store. I didn't really get her contact or anything. But I think we kind of hit it off pretty well. Huh? When did you like vanilla flavor? What? Don't say that about Michelle. Are you delusional? What happened to you? What is it? Let me tell you about your sworn sister. Don't get your hopes up. And OL, which is an office lady, wouldn't want to have anything to do with you. Fun and games maybe, but I don't think that it will be anything more. In fact, someone with an appearance like that is more dangerous than you think. Just because you've had bad experiences doesn't make it universal. I'm teaching you a lesson. Alright, let's see about it then. I think it's something. Something in your head. Well, I'll believe it when I see it. Okay. You're sure confident. It's not like that. I feel we connect. When we talk, I got a good feeling. I know we just met. It's hard for me to explain it. The feeling I have is like one of those sticks on pads for back pain. It starts off icy cold and then it gets really hot. You know, the ones you buy in the big, bright drugstores? I think it's like that. Uh-huh. If you need medicine, you should try the Chinese herbs that I recommend instead. More trustworthy. I don't get why you like this type. I don't know. She seems to me like a straightforward person, but I feel like she has something quite interesting underneath her exterior. I want to get to know her, the person underneath. And I feel like she's interested in me like that too. Yeah. At this point we kind of were. We were thinking about her a lot. Is that so? I'm surprised. I've never seen you like this before. I mean, we thought about her enough to visit her store again. Don't cry to me when you get heartbroken. I'll try not to. Well, if you do end up heartbroken, I don't mind if you come to me. One of these days, you take me up on this trip to Brazil. Brazil? That's too expensive. Is she gonna go to Brazil after this? Oh, that's gonna be so sad. Please don't do that. I never asked you to spend your money. Just hold my bags and take some photos for me, alright? Cecilia. Well, I'd love to chat more, but I gotta get going. I'll see you tonight. Alright. Better come or else. Maybe that's why she acted so cold towards us at the beginning, because she's trying to warn Sam about that kind of lady and she didn't want her to date that kind of person. And to be fair to Cecilia, we have been very, very hesitant to get in a relationship with Sam. Which has nothing to do with Sam. It's not her fault. I know Cecilia was only looking out for me. It was a long shot for me to meet Michelle once again. It was a big, big world, and I got nothing else that connected me to Michelle. But somehow, by the luck of the gods, Michelle really did come by to see me. I hope this little miracle didn't use up whatever luck I had entirely. Cecilia would be surprised, I bet. I couldn't wait to let her know. She's my closest friend. I wonder what she'll think. I haven't felt so anxiously worked up about something in such a long while. Always dancing on the fine line of subtlety between intent and indecision. Such is the reality between living between the margins of good and poor society. I knew in my gut I could not and should not push it more than this. So we skipped the dancing and the food spill. I think this is after the food spill, and we're in the apartment. But was I in the wrong? Was I overthinking? Was it all a person? So it is like warp speeding through it, but I really appreciate that it's not going through every detail, but it's also explaining really pivotal things that we would have not known from Sam's perspective. But was I in the wrong? Was I overthinking? Was it all a personal delusion? It must be so hard during that time period, and even today, to be a lesbian or a gay person. I don't consider myself straight necessarily, but I also don't consider myself gay. I'm kind of like, I don't know. If I'm attracted to a person, I'm attracted to a person. That's how I feel. I could be attracted to a guy, maybe a girl, anything really. It just depends on anybody, really. So, I know I haven't made my intentions clear, and neither did Michelle. But like I said, it must be so hard for them, because how the hell do you know if a person's just being friendly to you, to be your friend, or to take it a step up further? Like, unless you go to a gay bar, how the hell do you know, just with a regular person, if they're gay or straight, or, you know? And especially in the 80s, like, today you can just ask, hey, are you gay or something? You know, today you can, like, infer more. Back then, it would be super taboo to mention that. And, yeah, it would be awful. It would be so terrible. Like, you'd have to go to, like, specific places like bars to be able to pick people up. And is that really a place to get relationships? I don't know. I know I haven't made my intentions clear with, and neither did Michelle. There was an etiquette to follow and everything. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to mention. Is like, what is the etiquette here? If only I had been a man, it would have been all too evident. Yeah. Some people prefer things like lukewarm water, but I couldn't stand it. Give me something ice cold or scalding hot. Indigest and be damned. I suppose, though, if I were a man, someone like Michelle would have gone along with me. What do you do? My mother in heaven, I'm sorry. You're watching over an errant daughter. Please, if you are hearing my prayers, please give me the strength and courage to live out the best and most righteous life. I watched Michelle dial a number from my phone. Okay, this is when she's calling her mother. I was cool. I was composed as the ocean. Oh, I'm so happy we're getting to see, like, I'm just really happy that we get to see, like, her, what she's thinking whilst we were doing the phone call with the mother. Michelle would call for a ride home, and we would return to the sea. But if it wasn't as if fish were without desire. It happened organically. Our first kiss. I admit the ambiance wasn't quite romantic. It felt romantic when I was reading it. The lighting did not really bring out the most flattering complexion in either of us. I could hear the Fong's loud talking again. That's right, there was background noise. This song. The smell of Auntie Lee's cooking next door was a temptation of its own. But it was sweet, our Chris. And it was real. Michelle, I did not know any other way to convey my feelings to you. Please, if you're going to push me away, do it now. Oh my god, do you know, after this, when we, like, try to get our mouse back and we end up going to the beach and, like, getting seafood, the entire time we're thinking, like, how can Sam be so, our character was thinking, how could Sam not care about this kiss? Why, I'm so curious to see what Sam was really thinking when she spent that entire day with us and we didn't mention it until the very end. Please, if you're going to push me away, do it now. We don't do that. Michelle quietly accepted the kiss. It was a tender moment we shared. When I opened my eyes, Michelle looked away from me. She pushed me aside, gathered her belongings, and left without another word. Michelle is the person within the margins of society. That's another thing, too, is Sam, like... Sam must be thinking now because she left without saying a word and getting angry and, like... She must have thought maybe she got angry and left. But then Michelle comes back. Of her own accord. Like, Sam's not the one that seeks her out. Michelle not only seeks Sam out, she waits for her in her store for a blouse that she cares about. Okay. Yeah, okay. It must have been a sign that Sam thought, okay, this girl's really into me if she's willing to wait in my store for me. Michelle's a person within the margins of society. I was thinking that she might have felt differently about me, though I knew from the beginning that it was difficult for someone like her to accept such a thing. The idea of romance between two women had probably never crossed her mind before. Would she want more than this? Would she want to pursue this further? Michelle left the apartment in a rush. When I saw her leave in a taxi from my balcony window, it had hurt. I was so sad. It hurt so much. I didn't know if I'd see her again. Oh yeah, it must be torture. Holy shit. This is why I'm so glad we're getting to see her perspective, because, yeah, I didn't even think about how Sam would feel. I was only thinking about Michelle. I didn't even think about how Sam felt that we left her apartment after she just kissed us twice. I wasn't even, like, considering that. God, that sucks. I wish sometimes that it wasn't like this. Mother in heaven. I become a wayward daughter. I was 12 years old when I had my first period. When I told my brother about it then, he said that I should talk to my dad instead. When I told my dad, he said I should go to the drugstore to get medicine. When I asked the man at the drug counter what medicine I should get for the bleeding, he told me to go to the hospital. Jesus Christ. I was scared. I really thought I was going to die and join you in heaven, you know? I told this whole story to the nurse at the hospital reception, and she just laughed and handed me a sanitary pad. She said I was an adult now and I just needed to get used to monthly bleeding. I realized then I was different from my brother and father in terms of treatment and biology. I think since then I've become conscious of myself. I wanted to be the daughter that I imagined you would have wanted. I really did. But things sometimes don't go the way you want it to go. I remember when I was 13, when all my friends were talking about their crushes. I couldn't join them in the conversation. I felt I was no longer growing up along with them at the same pace. I was first among them to get my period, but I was the last to feel a simple crush. How could that be? They said I was a late bloomer, but years had passed since I could never really bring myself to like another boy. It troubled me. I couldn't find a boy that I liked. How would I be able to get married and become a good mother like yourself someday? The thought troubled me deeply then. And then it happened. When I was 16, a girl in my class said she liked me. and I liked her back. Simple as that. It felt right. Maybe I was born with this wayward spirit. I don't know why I have this inclination in me. Was I a bad person? Was I in the wrong? In the end, I decided it wasn't anything to be ashamed about. It was too much to think about. I never meant to hurt anyone. Especially not you, and not my dad. Oh, Mother in heaven. I know you're always watching me from above. Please don't think it was your fault or absence that made me become this way. I hope you can see from above and understand, Mother. God, this is so fucking sad. Jesus Christ. Please forgive me if I made you. You're making me sad, okay? Stop. I'm doing my best to be a good, honest person for myself and everyone. Jesus. God damn. I wasn't a good daughter to my father. Ugh. Things between us aren't so bad anymore. It's been 10 years since then. It's so funny because I wonder if they did that on purpose, the writing. Because from Michelle's perspective, Sam, like, from Michelle's perspective, Sam didn't give a shit about anything. She didn't care about what she wore. She didn't care about what she said. She was too forward. But Sam really, like, no, she does have her own feelings and she does care about it. She's not like a totally free spirit. She's got her own demons and shit. Wow. The writing is so good. Looking back, I can't believe I still did that. Leaving home the way I did was still fresh from high school. Leaving home the way I did when I was still fresh from high school. My brother had already left for America. It was just me and my dad at home at the time. She left home really early, but Michelle's still living with her mother. And she said she left around high school, so yeah, she would have been like, I don't know, 17, 18. And Michelle's like 23, 24. They both had similar trajectories. Her mother died young. Michelle's father died young. Pretty much similar, you know, just the opposite way, but similar growing up style. And she chose to leave. I'd gotten into a big argument with my dad. That's also the tragic thing about it, is they have so much in common that they don't realize. Michelle keeps saying, in her perspective, how they're polar opposites and how they, you know, opposites attract kind of situation. They're not. They actually have so much in common, but they both like women. They're lesbians. But also, like, just, like, the fact that they lost parents when they were young, and they had parents now who didn't fully approve of them. Yeah, Sam's dad doesn't approve of her, even though he's very friendly. He still is very conservative. And of course, we know about Michelle's mom is a total control freak. He did not agree with my after-school activities or the relationships I've chosen to pursue. It wasn't normal for a girl my age to leave home. But it felt as if I had no other choice then. I couldn't bear to be ashamed or berated by my own flesh and blood day after day. So rather than bending to my father's will, I left home. And Michelle is bending to her mother's will. Even now she's ashamed of it. I'd be like my brother and live my own life. I had a hard time making it out there on my... I had a hard time making it out there on my own at first. God, I can't read. I had spent many sleepless nights wandering the city. I hadn't quite finished high school, so I had a hard time finding a job that I could afford much of anything. I was running out of money fast. All I took with me was a big bag of clothes and whatever cash I could find in the house. Odd jobs here and there weren't enough to cover my living expenses. I rotated places where I could spend the night. I stayed with friends sometimes, other times I slept in hostels and cheap hotels. I definitely did not consider going back to my dad was an option then. It was pure luck when I met Cecilia. At that time, she was a manager of a bar that I stumbled upon. Something about her particular bar made me feel it wasn't a bad place to be. So I walked up to her and I asked for a job. Of course I was rejected, but I had a strong feeling about her. Something told me that Cecilia was someone who would change the direction of my life. I came back every night to see her, and you could say the rest is history. Good evening, gorgeous. You again. I have a name, you know. Beautiful. The nerve of you. For you, it's Miss Cecilia Cortez. I said Jones. Why did I say Jones? Why did I say... I don't know why I said that. Sometimes I just finish shit, and I don't know what I'm saying. It's Miss Cecilia Cortez. Yes, miss. So what is it? I just wanted to talk to you. Talk again. How many times do I have to tell you there's no positions here for you? It's not about that. I wanted to get to know you. Huh? Young girl, you're out of your league. I am. Look at yourself. Showing up here in a girl's school uniform. You're giving your school a bad reputation. What are you trying to pull coming here dressed like that? You think this is a daycare? Well, I'm looking for extracurricular learning. Can you at least change out before coming here? People will think I'm intentionally letting you in underage kids. I don't have any other clothes right now. Ah. Alright. I'll hear you out. But not in here. I don't want anyone to think we're up to some funny business. Huh? I'm 18, you know. What? Look like you're 13. Show me your identity card. I forgot it. Hey, that's illegal, you know. Hee. What's so funny? I'm happy to finally sit down with you. It's like I'm dining with an angel. Jesus, she's so flirty. An angel? You look like a Charlie's Angel. Your hairstyle is like Ferrero Fawcett's. It's like the real Ferrera's in front of me. Farrah. Farrah Fawcett? Not Ferrera. Not Ferrero Rocher. Farrah Fawcett. Oh, so you recognize my beauty, huh? Yes, you could be a movie star. You're so cheeky. Don't think you'll get that far with flattery alone. Yes, miss. You sure have an attitude. So where do you live? I'm staying with a friend right now. How much money do you have? Huh? I have some money. Order what you want. This meal is on me. Stupid. Who are you calling stupid? A baby-faced girl like you will get kidnapped off the streets. If you're going to be independent, you have to be smart about it. That's why I came to see you. What? You can get work anywhere. Don't keep bothering me in my establishment. It has to be with you. Say that again. I get a good feeling with you. The lights, the music, all the people. It's comforting to me. I feel really good to be there. I feel really good to be there. That's all. I want to learn from you. And learn how to create such places for myself. Such a place for myself. You're strange. I guess. Are you still in school? No, I finished. I see. Can you speak English? I can. Say something. Hello, how are you? Are you visiting Hong Kong? No, sir, you cannot have a photo with me. Huh? Good enough, I suppose. How about your math? I'm an A-grade student. What's 14 times 12 minus 18? 150. That is elementary. Anybody would know that. I didn't even try to do the math. You know, I was the top of my math class for math. A lot of people asked me to be their tutor. I do know that. You mentioned that to Michelle. Uh-huh, okay. I have a cousin who needs some help at a record store. I assume you could pick up some shifts, right? Yes. Good. I'll put in a good word for you. Thank you. Is that all the gratitude you have for me? Can't I work for you? That again? Come back to me in a few more years under your belt. What can you do at a bar? I could be the bartender. You can drink? I can. What do you even know about bartending? I can make you a drink. Oh, what will you make? I'll make something suitable for an adult like you, between the sheets. Oh, what a precious little girl you are. You're still a diamond in the rough. Learn a thing or two from a real world first. Diamond in the rough? Don't look down on me because I'm much younger than you. Maybe I'll take over at your bar someday. Such an attitude. You know, I'm not much older than you. How old are you then? I don't need to tell you. Okay, baby girl. Your milk tea is here. Thank you. I promised Cecilia that I would work hard to repay her. I started working at the record store that she introduced to me. It took several years to save up enough money before I could open my own video store. The original record store had eventually closed down and Cecilia acquired the lease on the space for a good price. Home video was taking off. I thought it'd be my opportunity to make it big. When they first heard about it, my dad and my brother had their doubts about the video store. It wasn't just about money, I had my own reasons why I wanted to run a video store. It was really hard. Even with Cecilia's help in the beginning, it was difficult to turn a profit. Business was booming for so many people in a new decade. For me, it felt like I was going to be left behind in the dust. A few years later, Cecilia had turned the old funk bar into a shiny new disco. She threw a big party to celebrate its grand reopening. It was around that time that I just opened the video store. Hey Samantha. What's got you looking so run down? I look run down? I guess I'm worn out from all the dancing. There are so many ladies keeping me on the dance floor. I finally got a chance to take a seat. You're so popular. People keep asking me the whole night, who's that sweet dancer? I thought I was supposed to be the star tonight. Really? Well, maybe that's now the time you should hire me to work at your bar. I could be your star dancer. We could be famous. What's that crazy talk? What about your video store? Well, it's not like it's really doing that well. Maybe it'd be better to call it quits. Sorry, Cecilia, I didn't mean to always be depending on you. How many times do I have to tell you that it's not an issue? You think running a business will be that easy? I keep telling you that you have to give it more time. Don't get yourself down just yet. Here. Let's have another drink together. Let's celebrate tonight. Come on, Samantha, you're a diamond. You have to let yourself shine. Cecilia, I don't know where I'd be without you. Thank you so much, you're really important to me. So, as you recall, from Michelle's perspective, I absolutely hated Cecilia. I thought she was a rival, and I treated her like shit. She's actually extremely kind and thoughtful, and basically saved Samantha's life. At least made her have a better life than she would have had if she had not met Cecilia, so... Again, this switching perspectives thing is so good. Just for seeing the other side of everything. It's so good. I'm so happy this is happening. This is really good writing. Thank you so much, you're really important to me. You're so grown up now. Look at you. I can't believe I first met you here in the girls' school uniform. Do I really look... Do you really like my look tonight? Sure, better than before. Don't you think I match you now? What? Are you drunk? I'm taking the drink away from you. I'm only letting you drink Coke. Come on, Cecilia. Enough acting like a big sis. Why don't we dance the night away? A year later, I was able to turn things around with the video store. Though I'm still close with Cecilia, I never did get a chance to work with her. Funny how things go sometimes. It was Saturday morning. Oh, this is the Saturday where we meet her and go on that big day together. Usually I'd be tending my shop on Saturday, but I had taken a day off and I had plans to meet with my dad in Saikon. I had heard my phone ring. Hello? Oh, Dad? Yes, I'm on my way. Oh, okay, I'll pick them up. You don't have to remind me. Okay, I'll see you soon. I was just about to head out when my dad had called. He called to remind me about getting the flowers on my way to meet him. He didn't have to remind me. I wouldn't have forgotten, especially for such an occasion. I heard the phone ring again. Again? When the phone sounded the second time, I let it keep ringing. My dad had a habit of calling back to nag me about some other thing. If anything, I was going to see my dad soon. This is Cecilia calling. She was home. She just ignored it because she thought it was her dad again. He could talk to me whenever, to me when I saw him. I had to get going if I wanted to meet him on time. I lived not far from Prince Edward Street Flower Market. My mother used to bring me there a lot as a child. There was always a wide variety of flowers on display in the open-air market. From my earliest memory, I always remember my mother had always kept a vase of flowers in our home. Flowers brighten the home and elevate the spirit, she said. My mother, in my memory, was someone who always put a smiling face for everyone. I remember how satisfied she was to bring home a fresh bouquet of flowers. It was something that made her happy. Oh, Jesus, it's been an hour again. Oh my god. Alright, I have thoughts. Hold on. Let me lower the music so I can think. Okay. Let me get bigger again. So, dude, I'll be honest, okay? When I first saw this game on Steam, I had, I was looking for games to play on this channel, because I found that the most videos I do on, when I want to play a game, like when I like the game, I have no problem recording videos. Like, I'll get them out one after another, because I love the game, I want to play it more. And it gets me motivated to do some YouTube videos for fun. When I don't like a game, it's harder to get yourself motivated to want to, like, get up and, you know, record and put on something nice to, you know, look good. Decent, anyway. I'm not saying I look good, but anyway. And so I was looking for games to play on Steam. And I saw this game about, I want to say it was like 3 or 4 months ago. And I just put it on my wish list because it was a visual novel. And it had really, really good reviews. And also it featured 2 woman main characters. And it was a gay relationship. So I thought, oh, that's interesting. I've never played a game like that. And I'll be honest, I wasn't really, you know, I know it had really positive reviews, but I wasn't expecting to like it this much. I really, really, really like this game. Like, really, really, really like it. Like, as in, one of the best visual novels I've ever played. And I played quite a few on just this channel, and I played more than that. I played Corpse Factory on this channel, and while I like Corpse Factory, I have to say this game is beating it out right now. Like, unless the ending's really terrible, so far it is hitting everything with me. The music has been great, like I've been saying this entire time, but for some reason, like, now that it's happened, it probably makes sense in retrospect that we would switch perspectives to Sam. Because the entire time we've been seeing everything through Michelle's eyes. And we've always, you know, I know quite a few scenarios where Michelle was thinking, I wonder what Sam's thinking right now. I wonder why Sam hasn't brought up our kiss. You know, what the hell is she thinking? She's so, does it not bother her at all? You know, what happened? And it bothered her a lot. It really fucking hurt her. It made me incredibly sad to read what she thought. And it's so good to switch perspectives like that. My mind was just so, I was just so happy. My mind was so blown. And this is amazing. This is so good. The writing has been so good at every point. I love it. I love this game. It's so good. Just wow. How many more scenes did we unlock? Okay, so one of her is young, and then one with Michelle. I'm gonna be really sad when this game ends, dude. I actually just don't want to stop playing it. I'm liking it that. It's one of those games where, like, you don't want it to end, because then the game's over. And it's not really a game with replay value. Visual novels, once the story's told, you know, there's not much to uncover. Yeah. But did I already save? I have a bad memory. Yeah, I think I saved. I'll save again. Yeah, man, like, it's so... It was so... I am not looking forward to when we have sex and Michelle tells us that she's not gonna do this, and we have to see that from Sam's perspective. Oh my god, that's gonna be brutal. Oh, that's gonna hurt so much. it hurt enough for the kiss. Now, I can't imagine what it's gonna be like. It's gonna suck. I can't wait for this game to... I can't wait for them to get together, okay? It better end that way or I'm gonna be pissed. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This game is so incredible. I'm really happy I played this game. This is... Kudos to the developers and the writers and the artists and the sound designers and everybody. Everybody did a great job. This game is really great, and I hope it has a strong finish. As much as I don't want it to end, we are, you know, getting closer. You know, these two pictures kind of happen in rapid succession. I imagine we might have another sex scene, so there might be like 3 more pictures on top of that, and then... So we might not have a lot left of the game. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.